Poll campaign for the sixth phase of assembly elections in West Bengal intensifies. PM Modi holds election rally in Asansol, asserts Mafia Raj will come to an end in the state if BJP is voted to power. Senior BJP leader Amit Shah also holds election meetings in the state. TMC and other political parties too on campaign trail following new guidelines of the Election Commission of India. Voting underway for the fifth phase of West Bengal Assembly elections on 45 seats. Over 54% voters exercised their franchise. All arrangements in place to follow COVID restrictions. By-polls being conducted for 2 seats of Lok Sabha and 12 assembly seats from 9 states. Prime Minister Modi appeals that the mega Kumbh Mela should now only be symbolic amid coronavirus crisis. Prime Minister stresses that it will give a boost to the fight against the pandemic. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan reviews COVID-19 situation and vaccine progress in the country in a high-level meeting with health ministers of states. Dr. Harshvardhan asserts there is no shortage of COVID-19 vaccines in the country. India's cumulative vaccination coverage nears 12 crores with over 30 lakh doses given in the last 24 hours. Daily new cases continue to rise. 2,34,692 new cases registered. 79% of the new cases reported from 10 states. The Indian Cricket Board BCCI agrees to field both men's and women's teams for the 2020 Los Angeles Olympics if the game is included in the roster. BCCI also agrees to field its women's team for the Birmingham Commonwealth Games next year. Good afternoon and welcome to the newscast. I'm Amritpal Singh. Our top story: polling is underway for the fifth phase of elections in West Bengal. Campaigning for the sixth phase of assembly elections gains momentum in the state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a public rally in Asansol region of West Bengal. Lashing out at the incumbent Chief Minister of the state and TMC leader Mamata Banerjee, Prime Minister said that her government deprived the people of the state from many of the developmental schemes of the centre. The Prime Minister also vowed that if the BJP-led government is formed in the state, a financial aid of 18,000 rupees will be provided to farmers.
बंगाल को विकास रोकने वाली नहीं, डबल इंजन की सरकार चाहिए, डबल इंजन की सरकार। बंगाल की बीजेपी सरकार आपका लाभ कराने वाली हर उस योजना को लागू करेगी जिन्हें दीदी की सरकार ने रोका हुआ है। पहली ही कैबिनेट में पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि पर बड़ा फैसला लिया जाएगा। बंगाल के हर किसान के खाते में 18,000 रुपये सीधे ट्रांसफर हो, जिसको दीदी ने रोकने की कोशिश की। 2 मई के बाद नई सरकार बनने के बाद दीदी नहीं रोक पाएगी।
And the Prime Minister slammed Mamata Banerjee for her consistent absence in crucial meetings held by the central government.
दीदी अपने अहंकार में दीदी इतनी बड़ी हो गई है कि हर कोई उन्हें अपने आगे छोटा दिखता है। केंद्र सरकार ने अनेक बार अनेक विषयों पर बात करने के लिए बैठकें बुलाई है, लेकिन दीदी कोई न कोई कारण बताकर इस बैठकों में नहीं आती। जैसे कोरोना पर पिछली 2 बैठकों में बाकी मुख्यमंत्री आए, लेकिन दीदी नहीं आई। नीति आयोग की गवर्नेंस काउंसिल की बैठक हो, बाकी मुख्यमंत्री आए, लेकिन दीदी नहीं आई।
The Prime Minister also lambasted the previous governments in West Bengal for stagnant development in Asansol region. He added that Mamata Banerjee has established Mafia Raj in the state.
बंगाल में जो सरकारें रही, उनके कुशासन ने आसनसोल को कहां से कहां पहुंचा दिया। जहां लोग चाकरी के लिए आते थे, आज यहां से लोग पलायन हो रहे हैं। मां, माटी, मानुष की बात करने वाली दीदी ने यहां हर तरफ माफिया राज फैला दिया है।
Meanwhile, as the campaigning heats up for the 6th phase of assembly elections in Bengal, Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah held a roadshow in the Amdanga region of North 24 Parganas in the state. 43 assembly constituencies will go for polls in the state on the 22nd of April. Meanwhile, voting is underway for the 5th phase of elections. And as I said, voting is underway in Bengal for the 5th phase of elections. During the 5th phase of the state assembly elections, a total of 319 candidates, including 39 women, are vying for the 45 assembly seats spread over 6 districts. BJP is contesting on all the 45 seats, while ruling All India Trinamool Congress is contesting 42 seats. The Congress, Left and other parties and their alliance partner Indian Secular Front are fighting under the banner of Sanyukt Morcha. Over 1.13 crore voters, including 56.11 lakh women and 224 third gender persons, will decide the fate of those candidates. In view of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Election Commission has decided to allow a maximum of 1,000 voters in one polling station. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged the people to vote in large numbers in today's phase of the West Bengal elections. He said that the first-time voters in particular should exercise their franchise. Voters with COVID infected or suspected have facility to vote for postal ballot after certification by the competent authority. A total of 1,071 companies of security forces are deployed for the 5th phase. Meanwhile, paramilitary forces have also been adequately deployed to prevent any disturbances in the elections. Voting is also being held for the by-elections in 2 Lok Sabha seats and 12 assembly seats in 9 states. The by-elections are being held for Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, Belgaum in Belgaum Lok Sabha seat in Karnataka. Over 36% voters have exercised their franchise so far. Polling will conclude at 6:30 in the evening. And for more on that story, I am joined by my colleague Anibroto, who joins us for more. Anibroto, first of all, give us a sense of how the voting is progressing today. Okay. I guess we've not been able to establish contact with Anibroto. And amid a huge number of people testing positive from the Kumbh Mela area in Haridwar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi this morning urged that the Kumbh Mela should now be only symbolic amid the coronavirus crisis. He stressed that it will give a boost to the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Modi spoke to Acharya Swami Advaiteshanand Giriji on the phone and inquired about the health of all saints. All the saints are providing support to the administration for a smooth conduct of the affair. The PM further said that now that the 2 royal baths have taken place, he appeals to everyone to keep Kumbh Mela symbolic due to the crisis. This will give strength to India's fight against the virus. Many seers have tested positive for COVID-19 after the commencement of the Kumbh. And responding to the Prime Minister's call, Swami Adveshanand Giri urged people to not come to the Kumbh Mela for bathing in large numbers and adhere to COVID-19 behavior. He wrote that he had honored the call of Honorable Prime Minister. Protecting life is a great virtue. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan chaired a high-level meeting with the health ministers of states to review COVID-19 situation and the vaccine progress in the states. During the meeting, Dr. Harshvardhan assured that there is not any shortage of COVID-19 vaccines in the country.
सप्लाई के अंदर है वो 1,16,84,000 डोजेज हैं। ये फिगर देने का सिर्फ आपको आइडिया ये है कि आप सब भी इस बात से आश्वस्त रहें कि कोई वैक्सीन की शॉर्टेज नहीं है हमारे पास।
And the health minister further directed state health ministers to appoint a nodal officer to monitor the mutations in the genome sequencing of COVID-19 in the states. He also assured that the center will provide all necessary aid to states in tackling the COVID-19 vaccine.
हर एक स्टेट एक अपना कोई नोडल ऑफिसर इस दृष्टि से जरूर अपॉइंट करे, क्योंकि जो जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग के अंदर जो भी हमारे को म्यूटेशंस मान लीजिए दिखाई देते हैं तो उनका क्लिनिकल पिक्चर और पब्लिक हेल्थ के एंगल से कोरिलेशन, इसको करने के लिए जो क्लिनिकल पिक्चर की जानकारी है वो स्टेट से वापस मिलना हमको ज़रूरी है। उन पर्टिकुलर केसेस में ठीक ढंग से अपने यहाँ एनालिसिस करके और सर्च को कल्पना करके भविष्य के लिए प्लान करके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के संदर्भ में और दूसरी चीज़ों के संदर्भ में भारत सरकार को जो भी चीज़ें सही समय पर प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे, हम उन सारी चीज़ों के अंदर और विशेष रूप से जो आजकल बेड्स के बारे में, ऑक्सीजन के बारे में, कुछ दवाइयों के बारे में जो भी बातचीत चलती है, जो हमारे लेवल पर जितने एक्शंस लेने हैं, वी हैव इनिशिएटेड ऑल ऑफ देम।
India continues to carry out the world's largest vaccination drive against COVID-19. The cumulative number of COVID-19 vaccines doses administered in the country has reached nearly 12 crore today. As per the provisional report till 7 a.m. today, as many as 11 crore 99 lakh 37,641 vaccine doses have been administered in India through 17 lakh 37,539 sessions. So far, 91 lakh 5,429 care workers have received the first dose of the COVID vaccine, while 56 lakh 70,818 health workers have received both the doses. In India, 1 crore 11 lakh 44,669 frontline workers have received their first dose of the vaccine, while 54 lakh 8,572 have got their second dose of the COVID jab. 4 crore 49 lakh 35,100 beneficiaries above the age of 60 years have received the first dose of COVID vaccine, while 34 lakh 88,257 have got both the doses. 3 crore 92 lakh 23,975 aged between 45 to 60 years have received their first dosage of the vaccine, while 9 lakh 61,000 are still waiting. 1,500 have got the second dose of the vaccine. India continues to battle COVID-19. Daily new cases continue to rise in the country, registering 2,34,692 fresh cases in the last 24 hours. 10 states including Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Rajasthan report 79.32% of the new cases. Maharashtra has reported the highest daily cases at 63,729. This is followed by Uttar Pradesh with 27,360, while Delhi reports 19,486 new cases. India's total active caseload has reached 16,79,740. It now comprises of 11.56% of the country's total positive cases. The country's cumulative recoveries stand at 1,26,71,220 today. The national recovery rate is 87.23%. In the last 24 hours, 1,23,354 recoveries were registered. The deadly virus has claimed as many as 1,341 lives in the country in the last 24 hours. 10 states account for 85.3% of the new deaths. Maharashtra saw the maximum number of casualties of 393. Delhi follows with 144 daily deaths. Looking at the testing updates, as per Indian Council of Medical Research, over 26 crore 49 lakh 72,000 samples have been tested for the COVID-19 in the country so far, including over 14 lakh 95,000 samples tested yesterday. And going back to our Bengal story, where polling is going on, we are joined by my colleague Anibrato now. Anibrato, first of all, give us a sense of how the elections are progressing there.
Well, as you know, barring stray incidents of violence taken place in different parts of the 6 districts in Bengal, polling is happening to take place in a rather very peaceful manner, in the truest sense of word. And so far, as you know, the 7 hours rolled by and turnout reported, 60%. It will be further in course of time. And we find that turnout is lesser comparing with the districts in the town. And so, but at the end of voting, I believe it will touch nearly 75% or more. The thing is that corona pandemic is ruling the roost, it has become a persistent king, and it is virtually unchecked and unbarred. This is certainly create a fear psychosis in the minds of the voters. Yet, braving all odds, we have found since early morning the voters joined in serpentine queue, and virtually sneaked into the polling booths that were found early in the morning. But in course of time, we found that largely now all the polling stations lying vacant, and voters are coming in 1 and 2 and casting their vote, but they are not feeling any sort of trouble anywhere. COVID protocol is strongly adhered here. The poll officials are also maintaining all the norms and things. And soon the voters are entering into the polling station. Thermal checking is being done. Thereafter, they are giving the sanitizer and the gloves and mask, all these things. And if they are found that they are having temperature beyond the permissible limit, they are giving token and asked to cast their vote after 5:30. So all precautionary arrangements have been made. The Central Force Jawans are manning all the polling stations. They are in big number. We have found this time the largest concentration of the Central Force in all the polling stations. Polling is happening to take place, barring few incidents of violence, is happening to take place in a rather very peaceful manner.
Okay, Anibrato, give us a sense of when you talk to people who have come out to vote, what is weighing on their minds, what issue are they voting on? The Prime Minister keeps talking about development and how Mamata Banerjee government has failed to do that. So how is the voter reacting to it?
Yeah, actually we have talked with the voters of different age groups, ask them why you have braved all these odds of this corona pandemic and yet come to cast your vote. They are of opinion because this is the democracy lends them this scope to, they exercise their choice. So they are not ready to sacrifice it. So braving all odds, they have come in large number and cast their vote. And they have expressed their satisfaction with the security measures that have been taken because they didn't face any sort of bar anywhere. They come in 1 and 2 and cast their vote, and this thing happened to take place in a rather very peaceful peaceful manner. As you know, Amritpal, this time the polling in Bengal is at a historic juncture because Trinamool Congress, BJP is facing Trinamool Congress this time, and they have emerged as a dominant force in Bengal politics this time, and they have railed into the different hinterlands, into the bastions of Trinamool Congress, and we have seen almost everywhere the saffron surge. So how it will catapult into the election this time, because we are at the halfway mark this time, because this is a 5th phase poll of the 8th phase poll in Bengal. So it will be largely, seen when the results will come out on 2nd May. Amritpal.
All right, Anirudh, many thanks for joining us for the moment and giving us those updates.
Thank you.
And in view of the soaring cases of COVID-19 in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the government has capped the number of people in any gathering to 100. The UT authorities have also postponed the examinations of class 11th conducted by the Jammu and Kashmir Board of School Education. A tweet by the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha's office reads, and I quote, "In view of COVID-19 classes, the 11th class exams have been postponed." The tweet further adds that there will be also calling on gatherings and functions restricting to 100 persons from the earlier 200. Weekend curfew is currently underway in the national capital to arrest the spread of the coronavirus for those categories of persons engaged in essential services or goods and personal emergencies, etc. As per DDMA orders, the movement passes are being issued by Delhi Police and has started the helpline to facilitate the movement of passes for a movement pass for eligible persons as per the DDMA order to facilitate persons in essential services and goods. The helpline is set to be up at police headquarters with a pilot number 011-234 69900. I repeat, 011-234 69900. In such cases, the eligible person shouldn't face any difficulty or inconvenience in getting their movement pass from the police. Authorities already made clarifications. They can call for assistance on the Delhi Police movement pass helpline. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal held a review meeting on the COVID-19 situation as the national capital has been witnessing exponential rise in coronavirus cases. Nodal Minister for COVID-19 Management Manish Sisodia, Health Minister Satyendra Jain and other officials to take part in the meeting. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered complete lockdown beginning tonight at 8 p.m. till 7 p.m. on Monday. During the lockdown, there will be sanitization drive in rural and urban areas only. The essential services are available during the lockdown. A fine of 1,000 rupees will be imposed for not wearing the mask at a public place, and in case of a repeated violation, rupees 1 lakh can also be rupees 10,000 can also be charged, along with the provision of punishment. To fight with COVID-19, UP government has declared KGMU Balrampur hospitals as dedicated COVID hospitals, and only COVID patients will be treated in those facilities. Also, the state government is planning to build a 1,000-bed COVID facility at the venue of Expo or Defence Expo soon. Meanwhile, the corona cases are rapidly spreading in Uttar Pradesh. The state has reported 27,426 cases in a single day.
मास्क लगाने के लिए सबको जरूरी किया जाए, और यदि पब्लिक प्लेसेस में, यदि सार्वजनिक स्थानों पर कोई बिना मास्क के पाया जाता है तो उसके ऊपर पहली बार 1,000 रुपए तथा दूसरी बार 10 गुना ज्यादा इस पे जुर्माना किया जाए। इनसे लोगों में मास्क लगाने की प्रवृत्ति बढ़ेगी। इससे अतिरिक्त जो मुख्यतः 4 जनपद हैं, कानपुर, प्रयागराज, वाराणसी, लखनऊ, इन सब में अतिरिक्त बेड बढ़ाने का और उन्होंने निर्देश दिया है और नए कोविड अस्पतालों में परिवर्तित करने का आदेश दिया है।
Rashtriya Janata Dal President Lalu Prasad Yadav was on Saturday granted bail by the Jharkhand High Court in the fodder scam case related to fraudulent withdrawal from Dumka Treasury. Veteran Tamil actor cum comedian and Padma Shri awardee Vivek died on Saturday in a Chennai hospital following a cardiac arrest. He was 50. According to doctors, Vivek has had a 100% blockage in the left interior descending artery vessel, which led to a massive cardiac arrest. The medical bulletin stated that the cardiac arrest was not linked to the COVID-19 vaccination that the actor had taken the previous day. Vivek was brought to SMS Hospital at 11 a.m. on Friday in an unconscious state, after which he had undergone emergency coronary angiogram followed by angioplasty. Vivek was in the news for his efforts to remove the fear of vaccination among people. Instead of going to a private hospital, he chose to get vaccinated at a government hospital to spread awareness. Vivek received several awards, including the Tamil Nadu state government and Filmfare for his roles in the movie more than 220 films. In 2019, the actor was conferred with the Padma Shri. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoled the demise of Vivek. In his tweet, the Prime Minister said, and I quote him, "The untimely demise of noted actor Vivek has left many saddened. His comic timing and intelligent dialogues entertained people, both in his films and in his concept, a concern for the environment and society. Condolences to his family, friends and admirers. Om Shanti." Unquote. That's it then in this newscast. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.